In this video, trams, trains, beautiful city centers and muddy roads. But first, a sunset drive through the Czech Republic. Good morning. Yesterday I drove about 20 kilometers in the Czech Republic and now I'm back in Germany because I'm gonna head into Poland. Soon after crossing the border, I took the highway all the way to the next big city, Wrocław. Welcome to Useless Facts with Holland Station. Until a few years ago, this stretch of highway was the last stretch of Hitler's original Reichsaurobahn. And with a road surface of about 80 years old, this stretch of highway was known for its poor condition. Anyway, that's no longer relevant because the last stretch of renovated highway opened in 2023. Welcome to Wrocław. Here they have indicated at the traffic lights how long it will take before they turn green. Is this the future? Oh no, it's just normal life. Look at this water tower, beautiful. Here I'm gonna take the tram to the city and see what it's like. So you can buy your ticket on the tram and it's only 160 Polish money, which is this in euros. And here we are in the north of the city. Now I'm gonna walk back. I noticed that the city has two sides. Some parts are beautiful with historic buildings and some parts have 1950s flats in between them. Anyhow, these benches were nice. And I've arrived at the station. This station has 10 platforms. I think Polish trains use them for stops. And yeah, what else can you say about a station? Well, that it is beautiful. Anyway, I'm gonna take the tram back to the car and then drive to the next city. For this trip I set the following goals: not paying for tolls and overnight stays. Well, you have already seen what the last goal on the journey looks like. But from now on, the first goal will also become relevant. I will hardly use a highway for the next 1800 kilometers. From now on, I almost only used B roads, but I like it this way, because I'm not in a hurry and I can see a lot more of the surroundings. Poland has crosswalks everywhere. In town, out of town, even on the dual carriageway. For me as a traffic guy, it was quite a strange experience.
1 kilometer doorrijden op de doorgang Craiova, 94.
Hello, and I've arrived in the second city, Krakau. I don't know exactly why, but apparently I didn't film much of the city itself. But I thought it was a beautiful city. It didn't have those 1950s apartment buildings like Wroclaw, which made the city center look much nicer. And with a beautiful castle next to it, the picture is complete. Okay, let's find this place to spend the night. Okay, welcome in my car. I got a problem. I drove myself stuck on a piece of asphalt. I'll explain. I was searching for a place to sleep under a viaduct because the whole night it will be lightning. And the road to the viaduct was unpaved and it was wet and I got almost stuck. But luckily I found some piece of asphalt. I'm now there, but there is no way off this piece of asphalt. I will explain in the voiceover. Yep, so this is the situation. These are the viaducts. First I drove to this one on this road, but it turned out that a huge ditch had been dug so that you could no longer get from here to here. Then I went on this route, and man, I almost got stuck. It was already getting dark and I didn't want to get stuck at all costs, because I depend on my car to continue traveling and eventually get home. Luckily I made it to an asphalt road. But before I wanted to spend the night there, I wanted to know how I could get away from this place. So I drove along the entire road, but there was no way to get off this piece of asphalt, except these 5 unpaved roads. The other roads that were shown on the map didn't exist anymore. They were probably temporary roads for the construction of the highway. By the way, there was no phone service, so I couldn't zoom in and see the condition of the roads on satellite view. Anyway, these 2 roads were uphill into the woods and were probably dead ends. This one was impassable and overgrown with bushes, so only this road and the way I got here remained as options. As I was in shock of almost getting stuck at the road I came from, I tried the other one. First it was fine, but then it got steeper and steeper to the point I couldn't reverse or turn back. So I went down into the valley, but then there was a river, which was swollen due to the rain, to a point I definitely couldn't cross it. Luckily there was another road back up the hill. I drove past a house with 4 Polish men looking weird at me and my car, but for the second time I made it to my piece of asphalt. In the meantime it had already become quite dark, so I parked my car under the viaduct and here I am. Tomorrow it's also gonna rain, so I don't know how this will end, but I guess you have to find out in the next video. Bye! Next week in EuropeByBenz.
Spani, ranking Muzzi, Kukuriku, 300 meter linksaf.